Remind me when this is over to give you access to our files from 2012. Oh, it's big picture stuff.
God, I could never get used to that. It's definitely Alethea in those anomalies. I can't make out that other voice.
I had to listen. Feels like we're hearing conversations from the Isu era.
That's unheard of.
You saw simulations of that era, didn't you?
I did, but it's hard to know what was real and what was invented. There was Isu tech mixed with Greek architecture. It felt crafted. For a purpose, like Alethea was testing me.
I'd love to see the playbacks of those simulations. Can you get them?
Not likely. I'd have to talk with my old team, and... well, that was a hard time.
Right. If you're worried about losing power, don't be. We have enough fuel to power the generator for 3 weeks.
I should do this more often. Relaxing. Love to play around, but I have bigger things on my mind.
supplementum aufer liquidae domino. Signatra unis pia et pi.
A Dane treads the cobbles of God's house. In search of Christ's redemption, I hope.
Your Christ can wait his turn. It's you I've come to see.
Is that so?
When pride cometh, then cometh shame. But with the lowly cometh wisdom. You know these words, and you know why I speak them.
I do. But I am not yet satisfied that you are the one for the task ahead. As Jesus said unto Thomas, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Speak the deeds of Christ in order. Only then will you cometh unto my Lord.
If I must dance to your tune, tell me where to step.
In books one may find such wisdom. We had many in England, before the Danes burned our churches. A few yet remain nearby. Or perhaps a more pious soul in need of charity will reward you with a lesson.
I have nothing for you now, but I will return. He bathed in the river, so a gentle wash brings them closer to their God. He rose from the dead. A nice trick, and not easily done. Their god brings them light, just as Baldur does. Light as bright as the summer sun.
Gaius Andreas Dominus Noster, et quia ita est. Quod est...
Do you have a moment to speak of our Lord and Saviour? Jesus, the light of the world? For a coin, I will tell you his story.
Here, spend it well.
You honor the Lord's great deeds with your charity. For God's Spirit breathed on the waters, and in the Jordan River, Jesus was cleansed of all sin.
A holy river.
On the mountain, he walked with his disciples. His face shone like the sun, and his clothes became as white as the light.
Baldur, too, is bright as the sun.
At his tomb, the earth shook, and an angel appeared, asking them why they looked for the living among the dead. He has risen!
A stirring saga, old man. Use that coin I gave you for bread rather than ale.
Tabas et felis ora tumuit, armis venit cubiana.
Speak the deeds of Christ in order.
God breathed on the water, and in the Jordan River he was cleansed of all sin.
His baptism.
On the mountain his face shone like the sun, and he became light.
His transfiguration.
The women came with offerings, but they could not find him when they looked among the dead.
His resurrection. And Jesus said, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness. Well spoken.
Are the riddles done?
That is not for me to decide, for I am not the one who summoned you. If you follow, I will lead you to him.
I solved your riddle. Now all I get is silence. Who am I to meet?
Shh. Even a fool, when he keeps silent, is considered wise.
Yet men become wise by speaking with other men. They grow foolish when keeping to silence.
Hush! Your prattling offends God's ears. We're here.
May Christ, whose terror scares away the foul throngs, make with me a strong covenant. Was God's lesson instructive?
I learned that your god fears death just as mine do. Just as every man does.
Yet through our Lord, we may achieve life everlasting in his glorious presence. Perhaps you missed that detail.
Do all the priests in Winchester have this same skill for drama? You risk your life, Alfred King.
I have invited you here to speak on equal terms. Do the Dane laws of hospitality not apply in Wessex?
You gifted my Jarl to that whelp from the Order of Ancients, the warrior Fulke.
Fulke was an enemy of Wessex. But it seems someone has already removed her threat from my lands.
If you did not hear it was me, you have now.
Impressive. The Order of Ancients has surely been crippled by her loss.
How much do you know of this order?
Only this, and little more. This letter, signed by one who calls himself a poor fellow soldier of Christ, warns of a plot against my life.
The gallows, the quill, the Sikhs. Free men eager to kill you.
2 now. The Bishop Aelfirth is dead. He was the Sikhs, so far as I can tell.
And a humble servant of your god. That must sting.
Still, his death has strengthened Christian fellowship in Winchester. I pray the deaths of his colleagues will do the same.
You have faced warriors like me many times before, and many times you have lost or been cheated. Why trust me now?
I have men in London and Jorvik. Men who send me reports on the rise and fall of the tides of war. Not long ago, men and women of some influence were murdered in those places. In oddly specific circumstances. When I received this letter from our poor fellow soldier, it did not take long to work out why. I don't know your motive, nor what you hope to gain. All I ask is that you finish the work you have begun, before these fallen souls infest England further.
I should let the Order kill you. It would speed our conquest of England.
You may remove the organs of state. The cancer will remain.
Then promise me a reward I can sing about. A healthy king's weight in silver.
Very well. As much as you can carry. This morning, my reeve, Goodwin, was not at his post.
A man you trust?
Goodwin was following the clues given in this letter when he disappeared.
Where was he last seen?
At his house, by the west gate. You may find something there. Eivor, compose yourself while you are my guest. My city is not a battlefield.
Not yet, Great King, but the day will come. I need to find this reeve, Goodwin.
Selwyn's got some stones on him arresting Alfred's man. Who rules in Winchester anyway? Is Alfred king or not?
Well, you ain't, that's for sure. So keep your mouth shut and do as you told.
Shut your mouth, yeah? Unless you want yours to rot off in the keep.
Goodwin gone, and guards sniffing around. So where would they have taken him? Broken bowls, food scattered. They took him by force. There must be a garrison in the city. Papers thrown on the fire. Goodwin covering his tracks, or the guards destroying evidence. A violent struggle with the guards. They must have taken him to Winchester's garrison. Be my eyes, soon. I must be careful now.
Stop! You there!
Thick walls and thicker guards. A place to keep a valuable man. Evidence against the Order of Ancients, stolen from Goodwin? Reeve Selwyn ordered executions for petty theft and mudslinging, a husband and wife, to be carried out soon.
A Dane in Winchester? These are strange times.
King Alfred sent me, pleading from his bended knee to find someone.
I know Alfred well enough to spot a bloody lie when I hear it. If he did send you, he was standing tall and proud.
That he was, and you are the man I've come to find, Goodwin. Do you know why?
If I had one guess, to find these heretics from the Order of Ancients, and bury them so deep, even God would need a shovel.
So where do we start digging?
My research should help us. If they haven't burned it already, it'll be somewhere nearby.
I have your papers here, taken from the captain of this keep.
A marvel. History will name you the Protector of Winchester. A pricking irony.
And not lost on me. Now let's go, before they discover their eel has slipped the hook.
Let's regroup beyond the walls!
sing that worldly charity.
I am grateful for your help.
It's a brazen move to arrest Alfred's favored Reeve.
This so-called order are nothing but deviled shit peddlers.
Shit peddlers who have wormed their way into every crevasse of your country. They're dangerous.
I didn't catch your name, did I?
Eivor of the Raven Clan. Scourge of Mercia, if that name doesn't rattle some recognition.
Well, Eivor, when our three heretics smolder on a heap of ash, we'll down a cup of ale together and share our distaste of Mercians like old friends.
Alfred believes at least one is dead. Your Bishop Aelfirth was the Sikhs.
Bugger. Half of Winchester is in mourning for that nun-groper.
I found this nailed on a door. The quill wields words like a knife.
A disputation of tutelage. Pretty chatter with poisoned intent. I will look into this more.
The gallows? What do you know of him?
Must be another Reeve, I'm sure of it. Only we have the power to mete out justice, and this one would walk with cocksure righteousness.
The gallows had you arrested, so he must command the law.
Reeve Selwyn? Of course! That hedge pig has brought down laws like a hammer on Winchester, executing sinners on spurious charges in the square.
Could it be another?
He's the man. He's the only one who fits. End his terror, Eivor.
Good people of Winchester, open your eyes. See how Alfred's lofty ideals are weighed down in this mire of human effluence. These prisoners before you do not live by Alfred's laws. They live above them. They wallow in shit, only guided by their own perversity. Hubert here, his wits addled by ale, spoke false of Bishop Aelfirth, our pious servant of Winchester, who even now lies cold in his grave shroud.
Aelfirth was no man of God. He'll burn for his sins.
Your wife is obeying shrew, Hubert. Is there a man here who has not supped rancid mead from her cup?
When will your work be done, Selwyn? When all of Winchester falls to your justice?
Between his Swickland move.
Quellati! Quellati, Erla!
Winchester has passed judgment, Hubert. May God have mercy on your cankerous soul.
There are rats in the grave, and Alfred has set the trap. You cannot steal and be welcome at our hearth. You cannot slander and keep your tongue. You cannot boast
right to determine the fate of the perverse, if not the goodly people of Winchester. I am but your humble servant. Leona, you have been found guilty of harlotry and defamation. May God have mercy on your pockmarked soul. Perverter of justice. Who dares execute the king's noose?
It is not in Alfred's name that you carry out your work. You are the Order's executioner.
You peer through the veil, but you do not see clearly. Alfred's laws are a slave's fever dream. He offers shit-soaked beggars a seat at his table, where the meek devour the strong. Who best to judge the fate of the wretched many, if not the strong and worthy few?
To protect your people, you must sheathe your hand in an iron glove.
You grind your heels into the backs of freed men, not those who deserve it.
The Order condemns all men to pain. For all men are but a shadow of the perfection we should know. The perfection of the Ancient Ones.
You are only a man, Reeve. One dead branch on a fast-dying tree.
There is no longer freedom in Winchester.
None is safe from his blade.
I'll keep them busy!
We keep our wits about us. Damn you!
Alfred, not do something. Selwyn's bloodlust is us all.
I should meet with Goodwin, see what he has found on the quill.
Selwyn is dead. His lies poisoned everyone against us, and for what?
Some only care for their own power and position. I am sorry I could not save your husband.
My son is not an orphan today. You did more than enough.
Show me.
A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Does Magister Batter not teach you the scriptures?
Magister Batter is a horse's dangles.
And here is the axe I used to swat a fly.
You have ventured from your burrow.
And you have plunged my city into chaos. I had hoped you would use the lessons of your subtler gods.
We have no subtle gods.
If the gallows is truly dead, perhaps we can allow cautious revelry?
I did only what I agreed to, Alfred. If your crown now weighs heavy, I would gladly take it from you.
Forgive my outburst. God sowed in me a passion, but English prose is an instrument long out of tune.
We all want better for our people, don't we, Eivor? Yours and ours.
The quill remains. What do we know?
The decay of learning has been gentle in Wessex. We enjoy the office of wise men, but we have neglected the study of wisdom.
The quill preys on this lapse.
Did you discover more from the writings I found?
I did. The quill is calling the children of Winchester to arms. Now we know why so many children scurry through the streets. Feral and untutored.
I can talk to some, see where they lead me.
Good. Find me at the alehouse when you're done. And try not to scare the piss from any of them.
We Norse are the monsters of your Saxon mother's bedtime tales. I promise nothing. I see you, child. Come.
The bad Reeve, Selwyn. I saw you punish him in the square.
He hurt many people.
Yes. He hurt my mother to death. Then took her good luck charm. Perhaps you found it? A little carved tree. It is all I have to remember her by.
Such a sad story. Take this. Perhaps it'll keep you off the streets and out of trouble.
For me? Oh, thank you.
Spry little mouse. Will you lead me to your quill?
Heaven will swallow the smoke of Aelfred's pyre.
Very poetic. But he's going to be buried in the grounds of the Minster.
Go, my eyes. You there, little cutpurse.
Keep your beak out, nosy! I'm starving!
Godspeed! You'll set Winchester ablaze!
Roly-poly mutton man, you can't catch me!
Oh, God help me. I'd rather be shoveling dung in Malvern again.
Go, Sunan.
then. You should mind your own beeswax.
Elwyn, is it? You wield fire like the flaming Jotnar.
It was burning when I found it. Hot days like this, things just go whoosh. Well? Oi! Wigbert! You great moon calf.
Hand it over, Alwyn. We saw your little shadow take it. What you looking at?
Turn around, walk away, and you keep your insides inside.
All right. No harm meant. Stay out of trouble, you grub mite.
Trouble seems to follow you.
And I wriggle out of it like a slippery eel. Why are you following me?
I'm looking for the quill. So I'm asking you, his little worker bees.
Us? Working for the quill? Shows what you know.
Is that so?
Those were the quill's meat mops. And you sent them scurrying off with their tails between their legs.
It sounds like you owe me your life.
This one's brave and strong. Might be able to help us.
So you're not working for the quill?
We steal to stay alive and out of the quill's clutches.
But you know where I can find him.
They come up from the sewers like rats. Go on, give her what you took. Maybe she can save us. Good luck, Dane. Try not to get maimed and all that.
I need your eyes, my friend. I should watch out for a mousetrap.
I didn't get nothing today. There's never enough food. I'm always starving.
I like the pretty things, but Magister Battus's stealing is wrong. I'm going to marry King Alfred, and he's going to whisk me away from all this toil. Everyone died, and left me alone on the streets.
Do you believe in souls? A part of us that lives on with God after we die? Bishop Aelfirth's passing has made me wonder.
Now, Elwyn. Few have the wit that you and I possess. Most see the world in simpler terms, where we are the weaker sex.
A broodmare who preys on innocence and you brag about strength.
How little you know. Defend your mistress!
Come here, bloodbag!
Aelfirth!
Aelfirth's roof. Does she flee to the bishop's house?
Come, child. Whisper what you've learned, and Mother will give you a treat.
Coward! Using children to spy and steal for your order.
To educate them. Give me a child until he is 7, and I will give you the man. Or woman. What use are letters when a child can only write his name in pig shit? Or wisdom in a woman when she cannot wield it beyond her heart? I taught little Alwyn so much more. Saved her from a life less worthy. She will find enlightenment in the Order, just as I did. If I could save them all, I would.
But you can't. You have corrupted too many to save too few.
My order is the only way forward. It can quench our thirst for knowledge. If only Alfred's slave faith is defeated! And what would you sacrifice for infinite knowledge?
An immeasurable gift. Why refuse it?
Not their innocence.
A pity. Non requiescat in pace.
Goodwin's said to meet him at an alehouse nearby.
Me thing! Ich forget me thing!
Come raise a cup and lose some silver!
Eivor!
Is this where Justice hides when she's tired?
Hides? Splood, no. This is a wake, my friend. A celebration to ease the quill on her way to eternal damnation.
You heard.
Hilda's were not the only eyes in Winchester. My spies tell me stories of an avenging angel striking down the unworthy.
I have been called worse.
Be thou hail, Ealdorbanna. That's Life Destroyer in our dialect.
I said easy with my kinsbane. Old honey waves alive in my horn, and my eyes on the door, expecting my death, yet unafraid.
You're quite safe with me, Dane. For now. If the mead is fresh and the air is cool, you may often find a friend even amongst your enemies.
What does a reeve do exactly? Besides sniff around the king's coattails for the scent of praise.
I enforce and interpret the laws here. Not man's, but God's law. The natural laws that move the world and hold it together.
Well, if it keeps you busy.
I must thank you before the ale dulls me. By cutting the order down to size, you have given England a hope of unity. It must be a sour apple to swallow, knowing that you are the last of Winchester's enemies.
Are you sure the Sikhs is dead?
The bishop is dead, that's certain. And if the bishop was the Sikhs is dead. A transitive property of mortality, you see.
I don't believe it. Too much theater in Winchester. Overwrought players and wailing women.
Well, you could pay your respects and see for yourself. The funeral is today.
If he rots, I will leave with my silver. But if he lives, there's work to be done.
Watch your step, Eivor. He'll be a hefty corpse in death. Alive, he'd be much bigger. Whether you find or make a corpse, meet me at the Witten with your report.
If the bishop is wormmeal, then here should be the proof. Did you know Bishop Aelfirth?
No, but I plan to write an epic poem of his grisly demise. Oh, poor Aelfirth, scorched of face. All your woeful companions, bold, Bionid, weeping. Weeping as you are...
Sleeping?
Oh, yeah, perfect, yes.
A sad day for Winchester.
Maybe now God will reward us with a man who truly believes in him.
Such a grisly fate. Did you know Aelfirth?
By reputation, I did. He was no friend of Alfred's. I once heard them quarrelling at a Witten.
A stranger comes to Wember.
You do not mourn like they do.
Wember is always here, helping the sleeping, singing to them, so they are not frightened before they meet God.
The sleeping? You mean the dead?
Wember helps the monks. Dig, dig, dig.
You dig the graves. Did you bury Aelfirth?
Have you seen Leof? My poor friend. Poor Leof.
Leof. What happened to him?
Sleeping. Sleeping like my dog when I hugged him too hard.
Someone hurt Leof?
Yes. Yes. And while he slept, they stole his face.
I am sorry for your loss.
Makes no odds to me. But I'm sorry for Harriet. She cared so much for him. More than a sister should.
Did you know Bishop Aelfirth?
Barely. But can you still smell the burned flesh? It's rife across the whole graveyard.
Are you the bishop's family?
God, no. Just here to make sure that impious bastard is actually dead. He bedded my wife, the randy bastard.
Are we friends now?
Do you not see? I am in prayer.
May we speak of your brother's death?
Have you no shame? Leave me.
I will leave you in peace then. Only his head and neck are burned. Is this what Wimper meant? That they stole his friend's face? And this corpse's build is slight, frail. Goodwin said Elfirth was a brute. Threadbare clothes. Did they belong to Wimper's friend? This funeral is a shadow play. The Order killed an innocent, burned his face so no one could tell, and interred him in Ealfirth's place. His sister knows more than she lets on.
I'm on my head.
What now?
A pretty show you have laid on here, but I know the truth.
You would dare speak to me? When my poor brother Aelfirth lies cold in his shroud.
Your brother is the Sikhs, and no more dead than I am.
Heresy. My brother was the Bishop of Winchester.
How better to hide than behind a bishop's robes? He is no man of God. He serves the Order. And you buried him when Goodwin got too close to the truth. Or rather, you buried another in his place. The poor gravedigger's friend.
No, you cannot just...
Your brother is not in that crypt. Tell me where he is before more lives are lost.
I will not tell you any more. Guards! All right, have your way. They won't do you any good. Guards, protect me! Why will you not leave me alone?
Enough of this, cat and mouse. Where is your brother, the one they call the Sikhs?
He is a ghost now. But he will make himself flesh once more at the Witten. And Alfred will be king no more.
He means to kill Alfred?
Regicide? No. The king will step aside and Aelfirth will lead us all. Risen and resplendent as the Lord.
You are a damned fool. Show me what lies ahead.
Dominus autum et sacramentum autem liquidae Dominus. Sic natura unis pia et pii sunt simula natura. Sed hic quod
The Sikhs must be hiding in the crowd, biding his time to strike at Alfred.
Not priest, clerk, or abbot can turn the letter of their sermons from Latin to English. And how can we understand God's words if they are not spoken in our tongue? Aelfirth is dead, and we mourn him. But the foul deeds of the unrighteous are sown among our holy deeds, like cockles and tare in a field of wheat. Education, wisdom, enlightened thought. This will raise us above the sins of our fathers. These I will demand of the next Bishop of Winchester. And so we meet to discuss all worthy candidates and choose the man who will shepherd our flock.
The king is mine!
How sweet is the shepherd's pipe when he calls his lambs to slaughter. I was born to Christians in the northern wilds. My mother would cradle me beneath the stars and whisper, dove-like, God watches over you. Then your people came. And God fixed his stout eye as they slit her throat for a copper ring. No stars threw down their spears as barbarians smeared her blood through fields of broken wheat. God watched all, and I hated him.
It may be Alfred's god was testing you. A trial you failed.
Alfred's god is weak. Yet he would chain us all in his service, from our first breath to our death rattle. My order wishes to break these mind-forged manacles. I am the wolf in lamb's wool.
He takes on the role of a god himself. A worthy path to walk.
A wolf is but a walking feast for ravens.
One more gift for you, Dane. A deadly truth, if you can find it. With my death, the Order will not die. It will only transform into something far worse for all of us.
Elfirth will not cheat Loki's dread daughter twice.
I owe you my life.
An irony not lost on me, Alfred.
My king, we'll go by back streets to the Old Minster. Eivor may find us there when all has settled.
Aelfus, my love! No! Curse you, Dane! My brother served God!
He was not a Christian. He abhorred your god.
But why strike him down? Have you no compassion for good men?
We both have more questions than answers. But if you know this key, perhaps we can help one another. Where is its home?
You treated me with kindness, but this damned Order, their machinations killed my brother, so the rest may rot. Take this key to the ruins beneath the bishop's house. You may find answers there.
Asher, is it? How's your writing faring?
Who are you? An admirer? Can it be true that so soon upon my path God has sent me adulation? I have only just begun to walk in Alfred's footsteps. Oh, but please read my scribbles. Enlighten yourself about our great king.
Thank you. I am sure it will be informative.
levit länge.
Asser should have stayed a monk. Not a patch on our sagas. Where's the drama? The heroic brushes with death. Let us hope Alfred's life becomes more interesting than this. Asser should have stayed a monk. Let us hope Alfred's life becomes more interesting than this. See you, old friend. If Aelfr's sister spoke true, I will find answers in the ruins. This must be it. The door to Aelfirth's secrets. I will send this to Hytham. He may make some sense of it.
Leather! Ouch! Damn you!
Everything they did was to undermine Elfred. She lied to me. There is nothing here of the Order. I should see Elfred for my reward.
Come forth, Eivor.
Here is far enough.
When wrongdoers came to devour my flesh, these enemies stumbled and fell.
Have the laws of hospitality been thrown out, Alfred? I did exactly as we agreed.
That you did. But do not mistake necessity for friendship.
You are a man of your word, a man of God.
Indeed. By his example, I live my life. Goodwin?
Here is the only silver fit for one of your dragon boats. A reminder of Christ's sacrifice and our charity.
This too I offer you. Live here among us in peace as a Christian, or die a pagan in a blood-soaked field. All you have to lose is life everlasting.
And if I choose neither?
He offers you hope, Eivor. A life of purpose, above and beyond this one. You'd be a fool to refuse.
Your reign will end, King of the West Saxons. Ravenwings will beat until your throne crumbles to dust.
You were wrong, Goodwin. This one is beyond saving.
You had your chance, damn you!
I did not want it. Damn you, Alfred. I will return to Hytham and Randvi. They will want to know what happened here.
There's drinking to be done! Who's with me?
I must take...
Be well, my friend.
I cleared Winchester of the Order. Yet to do so meant working with King Alfred.
Your poor fellow soldier led you to the King of Wessex? How very strange. He, or she, is toying with you, it seems.
Hytham, I have the codex pages you asked for. 6 in total.
Ah, wonderful. We have so little writing from the original Hidden Ones. This will grow our understanding immeasurably. These documents may have been inked by the founders of the Hidden Ones, in fact. But their names are unknown to us. Lost to history. A deliberate choice on their part, I think. I'm hoping these documents shed some light on that mystery.
I could not say. They're written in a language I do not understand.
You know, the black market merchant Reda has an old piece of writing from the same era as the codex pages you found. Speak with him if you are curious to see it.
I have to go.
Then go in peace.
Salutations!
Reda, Hytham says you have an old piece of writing from the early Hidden Ones.
Oh, that old scrap? Yes, it's just a short letter from one Hidden One to another. One of my rarest artifacts.
How did it find its way to you?
A friend gave it to me for safekeeping. Bayek was his name. Egyptian fellow. Very kind. Haven't seen him in a long time. A very long time. Anyway, the letter is written in Demotic, so it may not mean much to you, but you're free to have a look.
Hey, Eivor!
Oh. Greetings!
I'll see you later.
So long!
A warning, my beloved. I have heard numerous tales now of a secret codex circulating among the acolytes of our bureaus, both within and without the Empire of Augustus, called the Magus Codex. It names you directly as one of the founders of the Hidden Ones. Apart from putting your life in danger, it flies in the face of what we have tried to achieve with our brotherhood. We are justice seekers who shun the light of praise for our good works, and who must live in the shadows of our triumphs. Should you see any pages of this codex, I advise you to destroy them. Keep the dream of our Hidden Ones alive. Now, I am not so naive to think this will be a simple task. Few men and women are suited to keeping such secrets for so long. And it may be that we will fail in the end, but we will have failed in the name of righteousness. Take care, my love. My Iset, my Northern Star. Even in my waning years, I am ever your Osiris. Let our Horus live on beyond us. I think of you often, my jewel. At sunrise and twilight, at new moon and full, when the rain falls and the breath of a moon rides across my neck. I remember you kissing me. Just there, and I will take that feeling to my tomb.
So glad to see you.
You look well.
The Order in Winchester has been wiped out, but we are no longer welcome there. My contact was none other than King Alfred himself. The Order wanted him dead, so he fought back.
Alfred? The line between friend and enemy is a porous one. Eivor.
Has something happened?
You will want to speak to him yourself.
Eivor does. I should go.
crushed the skull of Thrimmer, king of the Jotnar? Who slew Geirad the Gargantuan with a flaming ball of...
Yow. And it was all well done. But the past is settled. It is our future we must decide.
You don't decide the future, you strangle it. By Mjolnir, I will hunt down these invaders to the ends of Asgard if I must.
And leave our halls undefended. Without your hammer, we'll soon be overrun.
More danger, more glory!
Ragnarok is the death of everything. I died once before, and a good death it was. The next will be better.
Káti þingmaðurinn Snorri mun hyggja aftur ef hann hyggi að ek muni gefa hann byrð mína. Það segi ek. Mun ek fá honum að eta fíll sjálfan.
Og ek með búðum hyggjast.
Hersens, skikmast að segja ek.
Aid me. Be my eyes. I need your eyes, my friend.
Rétt væri að nefna. Þeir freistu að kaupa sér það fyrst.